Okay, I think this is video number 4 or so now. Hope you guys are doing pretty good with the CBT stuff that I described last time. Using cognitive behavioral therapy to sort of start to understand that and start to understand what that means and how to utilize it in your life and how it can be used to your advantage. It's something that is extremely powerful, and it's something that really is kind of how we got into the situation that we are in with having an anxiety disorder. So kind of what I mean by that, to summarize the last video, is that having an anxiety disorder is like you've basically kind of trained your brain into having certain thoughts, certain beliefs, and having these patterns in your mind kind of. And what that is you've essentially, brainwashed yourself through repetition and consistent thinking. Don't mind my dogs. And just, repetitious of the same thought patterns, the same thinking, the same habits. And whether we like it or not, that really was how we got into the situation that we are in. And so all we're doing is we're using this same concept of training our brain, except we're doing it mindfully, or we're doing it with the intention of changing our life for the better and overcoming obstacles that, have been caused because of our anxiety disorder, and allowing changes in our life that are going to better us. And so kind of in a nutshell, to summarize, that's kind of the power of CBT. And, it's not perfect. It's not a miracle thing, but it's proven science, and it's using the mind to our advantage and taking advantage of the way that our mind works and how we as humans learn. So yeah, that's kind of a summarization of my last video. So for this new video, I wanted to talk about something that in the Overcoming Social Anxiety series that I do through the Social Anxiety Institute, the second step, or what you start to learn the second week, is something called slow talk. So what we're trying to do through using slow talk and implementing it is really just kind of being mindful of the speed at which we talk, and just essentially slowing that down. And the science behind it is that when you start to slow yourself down as you speak, you actually subconsciously kind of tell your brain that, hey, I know that I'm feeling anxious right now. I'm feeling kind of flushes of anxiety. I feel hot, I feel sweaty, I might be pretty uncomfortable in this situation. But despite all that, I'm going to continue to be mindful of slowing down my speech. So not to the point to where, it sounds strange or like you're talking in like slow motion or something, but basically just slowing down to the point of, audibly getting your point across in a way that makes sense, in a way that people can understand, without speeding up and talking so fast that people can understand you. A lot of times people with social anxiety tend to talk really, really fast because you want to get your thought out as fast as you can. You want to limit the amount of time that people are focusing on you. And so by talking really fast, you can essentially, in your mind, get out what you want to say, but get the attention off of you as fast as possible. But the problem with doing that is, one, it's going to perpetuate that anxiety in your body. It's only going to cause it to essentially snowball. And you're going to be telling your brain that this is really scary, I need to hurry up and get out of this situation, and that I don't want attention on me, and all these different things that are only going to make the anxiety worse, right? It's kind of what's called a paradox. I think I've talked about that before, but in another video. But basically, a lot of the things that are dealing with social anxiety are the solution is through a paradox. So this is another one, in that when you start to feel anxious and flushed, and you just have that adrenaline pumping through you, right? No one can tell, right? But what you want to do is you want to slow down. You want to speak slowly and get your point across, and be as calm as you can be. Through talking slowly, it's proven that it releases or reduces the amount of adrenaline and cortisol that's being released into your body and into your bloodstream, and it naturally calms you down, because as you talk slower, it starts to bring down that anxiety. So slow talk is just another tool that you can use to help in situations where you might be feeling some anxiety, and when you start to do that and you start to talk really fast and you want to get your ideas out really quickly and you don't want the attention on you, you can slow down, say what you want to say, focus on talking, and have a conversation. It definitely takes some practice to get used to, and all of these do. It's something that everything falls in line with CBT, where you're watching this video and I'm talking to you about it. And you can learn about it cognitively, store it in your brain. When you go out in the real world and you're talking with a cashier, you're talking with a coworker, your boss, anybody, whoever it is, you can slow yourself down, and know what you want to say, and kind of prep yourself before you go into the situation, and just kind of tell yourself out loud under your breath, so only you can hear. And just say, okay, I'm going to slow myself down. I'm going to say what I want to say, and get my point across to the person I'm talking to. And one more quick thing before I end the video is another really interesting fact about slow talk is that it actually makes you sound more authoritative, and it makes others more likely to listen to you. It's something that I think we just do as humans, in that when someone is talking really quickly, you naturally don't want to listen to them. It's kind of unenjoyable to listen to them, and it's just not easy, so you kind of want to tune it out. So paradoxically, again, it's things that are counterintuitive, right? But when you slow down and you talk, people are more likely to listen to you and give you the time to speak. So even if you think, oh, I'm talking too slow, and they're bored at what I'm saying, or they don't care, or they know what I'm going to say, those are all lies that are circulating in your mind. And you have to understand the objective truth despite all of these thoughts that might be going on in your mind. And that objective truth is that as you slow down, as you express what you want to express and say what you want to say, people are actually more likely to listen to you. People are more likely to respect what you're saying and give you the time to talk. So that's something to keep in mind as you use it. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't take as long to put another video out. I've been really busy, but yeah, I encourage you guys to use slow talk this week. If you want to check out the series, again, it's I can put a link in the description, but it's through the Social Anxiety Institute. I think he has a book on Amazon that goes with it, and you don't need the series, you can just buy the book. But I mean, if you're really serious about making significant progress against social anxiety, it's worth the money to get both. If you can afford it, and if you are motivated and disciplined to make really significant progress against it and improve your life, then it's worth it. The progress that I've made, it hasn't been an accident, and I haven't just woken up and gotten to this point. It's something that I've worked for and worked towards, but it's something that I would have paid any amount of money for and done anything for. So just keep that in mind, and yeah, hope you guys have a good week.